Hello everyone, welcome back. So today is going to be another one of my quick impromptu unedited videos. Sometimes on Fridays I've been doing unboxing videos on new fragrances, that kind of thing. So no clever intros or editing of any kind today, hopefully. But we're going to give you my first impressions on Bleu de Chanel Parfum. So this is of a new release, 2018, just come out this year. And we finally got it available in the shops here in the UK now, so I was able to pick up a sample of this one. I did spray a couple of sprays in the shop, so I had a little impression of it there, but this is my first time with my small sample here. So I'm going to tell you what I think about this one. So the Parfum version of Bleu de Chanel, then of course the third in the series. We had the original Eau de Toilette back in 2010, and a few years later we also had the Eau de Parfum. So this is Parfum, which means a higher concentration. Eau de Toilette is your most standard concentration for men's fragrances. Eau de Parfum has a little bit more perfume oil in there, and they also tweaked the note listing on that one somewhat. And so the Parfum is the next level up. It's extract de Parfum. Some people call it pure Parfum. It should be a stronger concentration of oils, and therefore many people would say it should last longer. The note listing for this one, perfumer by the way, is Olivier Polge. His father, Jacques Polge, created the original Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum. Now Olivier Polge has taken over as the main perfumer at Chanel, and so he's responsible for this one. A couple of different note listings. So on base notes, they're giving us citrus and lavender in the top, geranium in the mid, and base notes of cedarwood and sandalwood. However, Fragrantica tells us it's lemon zest, bergamot, mint and artemisia at the top. The mid, according to them, is lavender, geranium, green notes and pineapple, and in the base they're listing cedar, isoe super, sandalwood, tonka, bean and amberwood. So make of that what you will. Let's talk about how it smells. That's the most important thing. So we'll spray a little bit on a paper strip here, and I'll put some on skin. Do 2 sprays. And I'll put a couple on my hand. Let's put it on the wrist for a change here. Let's do it. Okay, so I don't own the original or the Eau de Parfum. It's a nice fragrance, Bleu de Chanel. I like it, but it doesn't excite me very much, and there are other things out there that I much prefer. And this one does seem one of those really, some would say generic. At the time, I think it was one of the first fragrances that smelt quite like this. And a lot of fragrances now have these dark blue bottles, of course, Dior's Sauvage. We've got Bulgari, Aqua Atlantique, countless others that have this, or the Versace Dylan Blue, have this kind of dark blue coloured bottle and a very sort of shower gel, fresh, a little bit green, but kind of citrusy, mixed with woods, maybe ambroxan, a kind of crisp, crowd-pleasing woody note. A lot of fragrances have those notes, and this was one of them, perhaps the first, the original Bleu de Chanel. And so it never excited me massively or stood out as anything amazing. So let's talk about the smell on this new one. Certainly fresh. It's definitely still a fresh fragrance, and compared to the original, maybe a little bit less sharp and bright, because that one does have quite a sharp, bright, I think grapefruit is listed as a note in the original, a very bright, sort of zesty, modern smelling, fresh, almost shower gel-esque opening. This one seems to have smoothed that out a little bit, in much the same way that the Eau de Parfum did. It's a little more rounded and smooth, not so sharp and citrusy. There is some citrus in there. And then it's definitely a little bit of a sweetness in there. Incense, I think, was a note in both the other versions. They both also had jasmine, I think, the other 2 versions. That's not listed here, but maybe I get a little bit of jasmine in there. And the incense thing, the sort of sweetness that can come with that, it still seems this element of a nice, smooth sweetness. So, smell-wise, it's not radically different from either of the other 2 versions. And the price on this one is £76 for 50ml or £106 for 100ml. So it's a lot more money, or quite a bit more than the other 2 versions. So it's above standard designer prices, more getting into sort of niche fragrance price territory a little bit. So this is pleasant, it's nice, it's a good fragrance. It's not anything exciting, and it isn't radically different or providing any kind of new dramatic twist on Bleu de Chanel, the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum. So not terribly exciting, maybe a good idea, and I guess this is what Chanel were thinking, if people's dad or brother or boyfriend or husband already own one of the other 2 versions, great present to get them the supposedly new and improved version, the Parfum. Oh, it's more expensive, it's stronger, it's it's the better version. For us perfumistas, for real fans of fragrances, not too much to get excited about here. Slight twist on the original. Can't talk much about performance because I've only tried it for the first time. Other reviewers are saying nothing amazing in terms of performance or strength or longevity. Just a slight twist on the original, a little bit sweeter and smoother, certainly than the Eau de Toilette. Maybe a touch more sort of the woodiness and the base note feel than even the Eau de Parfum, but not a lot in it. Certainly for your money, I think there are better things you can get at those kind of prices, and for less money, I would prefer from Chanel for an everyday fresh fragrance, the classic Pour Monsieur from 1955, but that's just my opinion. So let me know if you tried this one, what you thought of it, whether you think it's worth paying extra to get the Parfum version. For me, probably not. I wasn't wildly excited by the originals, and this one hasn't changed my view overall of Bleu de Chanel. So that's my initial impression. Thanks very much for watching. I'll be back with another full-length edited video soon. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one. Remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project. Bye-bye.